and others out there, Ben, and so grateful for you. So grateful for all of you. I do want to say, and I want to start with giving thanks to God. I know that we already said an invocation. It's interesting. Sometimes being a Christian offends, and that's okay. I'm not afraid to offend. I've actually been in events where my decision to say an invocation before I spoke made people uncomfortable, and I think that that's actually neat. That means that we're pushing. That means that we're sharing the things that are important to our heart, and that people are learning a little bit more about what I'm about, and hopefully the gospel, what the truth is about. I want to take another minute to thank our staff. We have, as you know, over about 4, maybe now our 5th month, gone from 0 to 100 miles an hour. And it's been entirely with the help of all of you here. There's a number of folks that can't be here today, and the first person I want to acknowledge and call out is Ryan McGinnis. Ryan has worked tirelessly for our campaign. He's in a spearfishing tournament today. And tomorrow at 3 o'clock, you can see them weigh all the fish. And guess what? They're going to eat pig. What were they thinking? But by the way, we need to give a round of applause for our chef, Mr. Wesson, who did a wonderful job. And this pig is fantastic. And we're so grateful, sir. And by the way, you don't need to ask him to stand up. He is standing up. And the... I want to give some more call-outs here. You already heard from our comedian friend, Diane Ellis is the only Democrat on my staff. And I take that as a badge of courage. I got one in captivity. And we kind of keep her, and we test things on her, and we poke her, and we shock her. And I still survive! And she still survives. But ladies and gentlemen, you know we couldn't do this without Diane Ellis. And Diane, we love you. We love you. I'm so grateful for you. And Sarah, I need you to come from around the table for a second. We're going to give a round of applause. Sarah's husband is in the Marines. We like the Marines. And he's doing some training right now so he can get ready to go fight for this beautiful woman and his beautiful country. I need Ed Gibson over here. Ed Gibson. Ed Gibson's going to take his time because he's old. Ed Gibson was... keep on walking, baby. Ed Gibson was my instructor when I was I would say a young man. I don't think I've been a young man in a couple decades, but Ed Gibson was my instructor going through basic law enforcement training, or what real cops call rookie school. And Ed was my instructor, and I am blessed to have this guy. He is the loudest snorer I have ever met in my life. And we just got back from the convention in Winston-Salem, and I didn't sleep 1 second. And I'll tell you, I had a lot of reasons. I was exhausted, and Richard Burr was there, and we were speaking. Everybody was excited about our campaign. And Ed snored so loud that at 3 o'clock in the morning, I turned the TV on to cover the noise. I mean, it was terrible. I wanted to shoot guns to wake you up. It was terrible. But I love you, Ed Gibson. I love Ed Gibson. You know, I think a lot of the success of our campaign, and I dare say it has been a success, has come from the fact that this is a lot of Joes and Janes going to retake their government. There's not a polished politician in the bunch. I've got enough tattoos to... I don't know about the other tattoo comments, but I wear my tattoos with pride. They say my favorite letters in the world, U and S on them. It's us. It's United States of America. You know what I mean? That doesn't rub off ever. I want to thank some of the folks that came out also and made this event a big success. We've got this great bouncy house. We have our friends that brought the slush mining operation over here. We're actually going to send them down to the Gulf of Mexico. They're going to take some of the oil out of the water after they're finished here. But thank you guys for coming. We've got the face painting clown, Gracie. Gracie, thank you for coming. I'm going to Washington to kick the clowns out, and they came here. So thank you, Gracie. Woo! Hey, we have another candidate who showed up who I just want to introduce and bring up to the mic for a second. We've been doing a little candidate appreciation, and this is an opportunity for me to get some new material real quick while Jonathan says a couple of things. So come on over here, bump your gum, tell them about who you are. What are you doing here? Who are you?
My name is Jonathan Washburn. I'm running for District Court Judge for District 5. That's Panaton County and New Hanover County. Woo! My opponent is Becky Blackmore. There are 2 judge races. People get confused. There are actually 4 judge races. 2 judges are running unopposed. Chad Hodgson's running against Robin Robinson. I'm running against Becky Blackmore. It's 2 counties, which is an amazingly large constituency for this seat. A Superior Court judge only has 1/3 of one county, but with 22,001 votes, I will take that seat. Woo! And I've been following Ilario and Tom Goolsby, listen to things they say, and I started off inspired, but when I finished listening to them, I want to go out, do more, work harder, and really be part of the team. I'm just really thrilled to be part of what he has going on here. Thanks, y'all.
Does anyone in this room think that we should give honor to the veterans and those that have gone before us? I mean, we see someone who's making an effort to acknowledge our forefathers. Does anyone think we should acknowledge guys maybe that fought in World War II or Korea or Vietnam or Desert Storm or Iraq or Afghanistan? How about a round of applause for the veterans that are out here? Tony, and I know there's a lot of you out here. All right? I fought in as many wars as I could, but they have a limit. But, Bob, can you come up here for a second? You're somebody that these folks need to know about. They call it the greatest generation. Yeah, they call it the greatest generation, and they're right. Listen, Bob, my parents weren't hardly, watch it. My parents weren't hardly born. Mom, I'm trying to protect your age. I'm trying to be a good son. My parents weren't born when Bob was overseas in World War II. And by the way, if we think back to that, and we revise history as a society. In America, we have this terrible case of amnesia. We think that it was kind of a given that we won these things, so we'll always win. We've got these things, so we'll always have. But it's not been that way. The land that we're sitting on, we carved out of the forest with our hands. And we had to fight, and men and women died to have the things that we have today. Bob is an example of that, and I just want to give Bob the microphone for a minute. He's a World War II vet. Like I said, I thought I had your book over here. There it is. Bob's got a book here, World War II as I lived it, and I'm going to turn it over to Bob here for a second. I'm standing right behind you, brother.
Well, thank you, everybody, and I just want to say I'm here to get him into Congress. We need him in Congress. Woo! Remember, I'm 85 years old now, and I fought in the World War II, as you said it. Anybody can look me up in the U.S. government if they want to. But I fought in World War II, and we got freedom. We kept freedom for as long as we could. And right now, I feel that we're losing. We're losing some of our freedom. And I want to send you to Congress to get that back. Now, I'm the old generation, and I'm getting old. I don't know how many more years I got left. But I'd like to take the freedom flag that I helped protect and that I would die for and hand it to the new generation to go to Congress. I want him to go to Congress with this flag and prop it right on his desk in front of the rest of the Congress and say, we're going to take this country back and give it to the people. Thank you.